Wow. Was I wrong? Yes. Sometimes you're wrong. I want to start practice looking in the camera because I realize I'm always looking around. So in my predictions video, I said that I was going for Real Madrid, and that was based on the current form. You know, they were looking perfect, near to unbeatable. And I was saying, yeah man, they're going to win. That was 2 months ago. When I started to get a little bit eerie of them was 2 weeks ago, when I saw they were drawing majority of the matches, and I saw that they lost Karim Benzema to an injury, and I was like, okay, now the meltdown begins. Because whenever a team loses a key player or loses form, you know that they're not going to survive for long. But I was like, come on, they've been through this. Most of the team are used to pressure. The same team that was injured and had their ups and downs made it to the semi-finals. So of course they would have it. But Paris Saint-Germain had another plan for them. Not a big upset or a shocker, but what shocked me the most was the roles were reversed. Paris Saint-Germain, PSG looked like a team. They looked organized, they looked together, they worked together. And that came as a very shock to me, because we know that they're just 11 names playing together at times, and they've failed to give us a moment of teamwork. You know, and Real Madrid has been giving us that. But Real Madrid looked lackluster. They looked like 11 players trying to figure their way out. So starting with them, we could see that they were playing for a draw with the no away goal rule in the Champions League knockouts this year. And that kind of sabotaged the game plan, because they couldn't get out of their own half. They couldn't even construct a counter-attack. They looked toothless, they looked helpless. They were just defending the entire game. And at some point I was like, when is Ancelotti going to change this formation? When is he going to change the plan? When is he going to, does he have a backup? And I think a lot of the blame goes on him first. One, because the lineup, you know, I know that they are legends. The midfield trio are legends. They're one of the best, not the best, one of. They have won so many Champions League, so many trophies together, and they've been through it, so they know each other and they're used to each other. But they're running on borrowed time. Now I hate to make this an age thing, but they're getting old. You know, the older they get, the athleisure is not going to be the same. And I thought that they would win the midfield battle, but they were just outran. They lost the ball a lot of times. They looked very weak and afraid to. The only person who, and we all expected it from, was Casemiro. He got in, he was just doing all sorts of madness that ended him not being able to play in the next leg. But yeah, they were completely, the midfield, they lost that battle. When you go into the defense, they were skinned alive at times by Mbappe, you know, on the wings. Hakimi was up there as well. Nuno Mendes, young upcoming talent. Not perfect, but he did a lot. So Real Madrid were just all over the place. They lost themselves during the game. I see Ancelotti tried to throw in Hazard, he tried to throw in Valverde. And it was just, well, Valverde came on. You saw that they were winning second balls. They were going forward. They were trying things, but just couldn't go forward. Also, I spoke about Benzema. You could see that he was not 100%. And the game plan was to have him on the outside, so that any balls coming out or crosses, he would just go forward. But that didn't work, and that was not going to work, especially with the speed that PSG had. So they needed to come with something different. I think forcing your best player to play a game like this was it was a big bet, which they took, and they didn't win. So the game went wrong, from the lineup to the setup to the formation to just everything. And I think that going into the second leg, they're going to have to, I don't know what they're gonna have to do, go back to their old playing style. Also give fresh young legs a chance to come on and, you know, play at least 60 minutes, and then you bring in the old guys who can drive out that game. Also going to who won the game, PSG, they looked organized. They looked like they had a plan, and they stuck to that plan. The plan was, on the right hand side, they were gonna go forward a lot, and they pressured that side so much throughout the game. Kylian Mbappe gave what's his name? I'm forgetting his name. Carvajal. Yes, he gave him the game of his life. He could not flinch for a second, because if he flinched, you miss him because of his speed. And we all know that Kylian is PSG's best player on any given night, and he showed that. And he was just everywhere. He was just doing a lot, and he was just amazing. Speaking of best player, Marco Verratti. The thing with him is we see him for like 5 games of the year, then he's injured and we never talk about him again. So he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. But he's a talented player. He's amazing. He's there. He's winning dribbles. He's passing. He's in front of 4 people and he's just doing his thing. And he's amazing. And he's a great attribute to PSG in the knockout rounds. Amazing performance by him. Marquinhos, the backline, the came to. This is the most defensive structured I've seen PSG, and they just looked amazing, and they didn't let anything slide or any moment. You know, they had hands on Vinicius to make sure that he didn't do his little, skillful play. They had him out of options where he had to drop deep at times. And they were just defensively good. The midfield, I think this is one of their best working midfield. I think it's one that they'll get the most out of. I don't know how long it's going to rain for, but I like this midfield setup. It was an amazing choice by Pochettino. The front 3, as I said in my prediction video, at any given moment, they can wake up and they can dominate. And they did that. I think that Di Maria in this front 3 setup is not the best option, because we saw when he came off and Neymar came on, the game changed. They went more into the box. They were more fluid and around. No disrespect to Di Maria, but I think Mbappe, Neymar works way better. Now the man of the hour was, I think, the most talked about, Messi, because of the missed penalty, and a lot of persons thought this was one of his worst game, and I think that's because he set the bar so high. But he had a pretty good game. I don't know who in 2022 is sitting up waiting to see Messi score a penalty to badger him. It's just a waste of time. I think a lot of people want to see the Barcelona Messi, and that's not possible anymore. This is a PSG team, and he's going to adapt to PSG, not change his game completely, but try to work with the team. But yeah, it was, I think everybody wanted it to be this blockbuster showcase because of the history of these 2 teams, the European giants, and one who is hoping for that European glory, and they've met in the past and it's gone either way. So we all thought that it would be this big thing, but it wasn't. It was boring. It was a snooze fest. I was waiting for it to over. But yes, guys, that's my thoughts. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.